The college basketball experience, Sweet 16 brackets and round of 32 reaction show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports, people. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Jerry Glanville, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Sweet 16 brackets and reaction show for the round of 32 and NIT, which is delivered too. Welcome. We have wild news to talk about within the sport, as I'm sure if you're watching youtube.com/the college experience. I'm decked out in one of these Iowa Hawkeye shirts. Shout out to the great Rob Donaldson, who's got to be on a bender right now. Yeah, more to talk about here. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to feel weird tomorrow when we wake up and there's no hoops. What's going on here? I am joined by the legend. He is 48 hours removed from a missed flight, still at the Circa Resorts, which you need to go to. Shout out to Derek Stevens and the greatest sportsbook of them all. I've seen photos of random gals at the bar with him. I've seen photos of him at Stadium Swim with random gals. I've seen photos of him with his Davy Crockett coonskin hat.
Shout out to Growing the Stash, who's been a great reporter live from the city.
Great reporter over here. I mean, anyway, give it up for the host as well as the college football experience. Former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers. Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline. Mac, what's up, man?
What's up? Yes, still at Stadium Swim. I can see the TV right there in the pool. Maybe I'll get a late night, midnight dip, maybe skinny dip for if those gals are.
We'll tell Derek. I know it's closed, but we got to do the old quarterback sneak. All right.
Yeah. Don't tell them. Yeah. So here, we'll see if I leave tomorrow. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Oh man, I mean, the fact he's still there, dude, is gold. Absolute gold. We are joined by third man in the booth. He is the host of the college baseball experience. Make sure you subscribe over there. We also got a Frozen 4 episode planned for you this week. Give it up for the great Noah Bieniek. How are you, buddy? Glad to see you back home. And was Mac trying to recruit you to stay in Vegas?
Those rumors are true.
I mean,
You should have.
at this point, Bieniek, he like the the Sweet 16's in like 72 hours. Why not just ride it out? Why not just ride it out?
Hey, this does remind me of a time when I went back to Morgantown for the brawl, and I never left. And then I go, all right, here's the apartment.
You signed a lease on that trip. He went there to get drunk for the backyard brawl. Lived in Richmond, Virginia. Right? Got so fucked up, he signed a lease, which which I believe he started paying for, and he didn't move into for like 3 months.
Yeah. Wasn't the best financial decision, but mentally the right decision.
And the best part was the landlord called me for the recommendation. The landlord calls says, "Hey, do you vouch for Mac? Is he a good guy? Will he be a good tenant?" And I'm like driving with my wife in White Tiger on speakerphone. I'm like, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, he's a great guy, but in my head, I'm like, I had just visions of that apartment complex going up in flames.
As the camera pans up.
Yeah, he's passed out, just left the oven on, and just the whole goddamn house is on, or the whole goddamn complex is on fire.
But no, dude, Colby, I'm doing great. My travel was hell. That was the reason. That was what spurred the invite to stay. I'm at the hotel lobby figuring out what the hell is going on with my security deposit and why I'm not getting it back. And at the same time,
probably your affiliation with Mac. Yeah.
And at the same time, my flight's delayed. So I'm like, dude, everything has gone to hell for me. Mac's like, oh man, I missed my flight like 2 hours ago. I'm checking out right now.
Yeah.
Come
It
stay
feels
with me.
cool.
I'm going to get
feels
a night
good
at
to miss a flight, dude. Do it. I dare
He's
you.
like,
Don't
he
be a
even
pussy.
told me. He even told me. I will say this. This was insider information that I hammered the. I think somebody said like minus 1,000. Actually, it might have been Mac that said minus 1,000 that I did not fly home on Sunday or whatever either. Like that was one of his first posts. I hammered that because I had inside knowledge that he's like, I might just stay until Monday. I don't know why I was even going back on Saturday to begin with.
Well, what's hilarious is Saturday morning I wake up and I go to get a coffee and I'm like, and some food. I'm fucking just hungover. I'm like, I go over to Saginaw's in the Circa, and damn if Rob Donaldson isn't in the same line as me, right? So me and Donaldson share breakfast together at the same table, and I'm saying like, he's like, Max leaving today? I'm leaving today. I was like, dude, but I've been on the road for like a week. My wife already hates me that I've been gone this long with a child. And then I'm like, but Mac and Noah, I don't know why the fuck they're doing that. Like you already got the free ride out there. You might as well just ride it out, right?
Correct. Yeah. Like we had the flights booked for us. So you arrive on Wednesday afternoon, you leave Saturday morning. I even tried to get it moved actually before I even left. But yeah, like Mac, when he hits 320 to 1s for a couple $1,000, he's like, yeah, I'm pissing green right now. Let's stay till Monday.
Yeah. Just
me, I'm struggling to get back a hotel deposit, a security deposit. Like,
you should just call the front desk and say, they called to see if you confirm, because with me, they did call to confirm that I was exiting the room. I didn't leave on time, so to speak. Just say Sienna Moneyline, wrong team favored, right? And just say I'm staying to Saturday. Write it.
Right state, wrong team favored. Yeah. Or I could go drunk at 3 a.m. at Steak and Shake with Bieniek and order a first half. Cut the line and order a first half money line.
I'll take a double first half money line with cheese.
We have told that story to the audience. They are aware, and that was a big hit.
Well, and the next night, what's even better, the next night is me, Troy, and Avetta went to Steak and Shake, and Avetta went to, and then she said, I want a couple of first half money lines, and the guy looked at her like she was crazy, and I go, that's my fault.
Then Mac today,
he looked at me and he goes, oh God, I recognize this guy.
Then Mac today goes to Victory Burger, and he texts Colby and I that he's going to be late to the show because he's got to wait for his brother at Victory Burger. And this guy meant to say burger.
Oh, yeah.
He said brother instead of burger. So I'm like, your brother met you in Vegas?
That's Sienna money. He's like, he flew the family out. He flew the family out.
He's on cloud 9.
Dude,
Shout out.
I'm on cloud 9. I was drinking foo drinks today.
Yeah, well, that's wait, today, fuck off. I see you with your mimosas every fucking day. All right, shut the fuck up. You love a foo drink. Cody Frazier, shout out to him. He also missed his flight home Saturday because he got hot at the craps table.
True.
He was at the same.
He's got
table.
twins at home.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your balls aren't cut off already.
You need to stop hanging out with me, Cody.
Yeah.
You're married. She's like, hey, cut those guys out of your life now.
We got a lot to talk about, boys. I am wearing an Iowa Hawkeyes t-shirt. Look, I unfortunately was flying home and hey, Southwest, your internet's fucking terrible. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my dude. So while I was at the airport, I see a Pussy Pack fan wearing a t-shirt. He's probably 50 years old. I stop by, I see him like waiting for his friends, or waiting for somebody, and I go, "You guys look great in the NCAA tournament, right?" And I go, "Will Wade, he's the answer, right?" But he did push back and say, "Yes, he is the answer, right?" But that started a long conversation about college hoops and podcasting, and then doing
Kevin
our
Keats
show.
won his playing game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think I brought that up, but then he did invite me with his friends as we were way early to our flight, and we happened to be on the same flight to watching the beginning of the Duke TCU game at some Mexican restaurant at the airport, where we had a bunch of beers, and but we all were complaining when we landed in North Carolina that none of us got the fucking game. We missed a whole second. Like you would load it up, and I paid for the extra internet. And it was like I was in fucking Baghdad or some shit. You know what I mean? Like the internet, like,
dude,
was
it got
so bad. Yeah.
It got so bad to the point I actually was just opting for radio audio only calls. What on the March Madness app, it'll take you to Learfield or whatever the fuck the other one is. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I was listening to Duke TCU and listening to the Duke broadcast defend some of these fucking fouls.
Well, I hear it was really terrible. So I'm gonna start. I hear it was really terrible.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't watch a lot of
surprise
Saturday
me.
games either.
Yeah.
So,
but I can tell you this: Iowa, Florida was a massacre of terrible. I think it might.
Oh my god!
For as far as I can say, for what I have seen, and look, the Tennessee Virginia game wasn't exactly amazing either, but this one.
Those refs
terrible.
Can take the rest of the year off, and they will never sniff a Final Four for the rest of their career.
Did they get one call right the whole game? I don't know that they got a call right.
I don't know, man, but I can't even complain about it too bad because it was bad for Iowa too. Like it was brutal both ways.
I actually thought it favored Florida, but I thought it favored Florida like decently. Maybe if you make the point, if you think
at the end, like if Fulgaris is ejected, like he doesn't win the game winner, or
you really believe it was a punch? I thought they were exaggerating. I thought the announcers were exaggerating, and it wasn't definitive to me that it was a punch. I thought it could have been
refs
him just trying to grasp for. I know, but I don't know that doesn't give me any credibility to the refs,
yeah,
right?
Sure,
like,
but if they call it a punch, like now I'm expecting the NCAA to come out tomorrow and said, like it is in the rule book that if there is an open hand, closed hand, if it's deemed a strike.
You believe that was a punch? I think it was a grasp.
It was
I think he's trying to grasp.
Land.
I don't think so, dude.
I think everybody in the arena thought the exact same thing.
I thought,
I thought that it was a quick overreaction by the ref or by the announcer on the call. And then when I saw, I can see it potentially, but I don't think it was definitive proof that was a punch. Maybe I'm crazy, but I can also, they're going for a ball. So you're going to grab for your strength, right? And try to rip. And I can see how it looks like a punch, but really you're just trying to rip the fucking ball away.
Yeah. I'll say this, my mentions are now a complete forest fire because I dropped a grenade in the woods with the Todd Golden response.
No.
But somebody commented the rule and how it's worded, and it's like it doesn't have to be a punch. if it's a strike thrown at another player, he's gone. And they deemed it a punch. They told Golden it was a punch. Do I believe Golden? Maybe not. Like there's probably, three sides to this story here. Go ahead.
I just thought on the replay, it looked like he's trying to, like when you get tied up and he had that arm behind him at first. So to try to grasp and rip the ball.
Yeah.
I see how you would grab for strength to rip the ball. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. To me, it just didn't look malicious to me. It did not look like he was intending to punch the person. Like, but what do I know? Like,
yeah. I mean, it just was so big that it impacted the game, and then the guy goes on to hit the game winner. You know what I mean? So it's Rule 10 of 103. I'm telling you, like a Florida fan came in here and said, a fight is a flagrant foul. A fight is confrontation involving one or more players, coaches, or team personnel, wherein a fist, hand, arm, foot, knee, or leg is used to combatively strike the other individual, which he hit him in the chest. When during a confrontation, an individual attempts to strike another individual with any actions defined in art, there is two, or I don't know where I'm going with this anyway. But yeah, like he should have been tossed. The very first sentence there is a flagrant 2, and he's gone.
I just think like you have to,
like if you want to call the hip toss from Condon gone too, like go ahead. Like I think both of them probably could have went, but
I just think when they zoom in right there, specifically that shot right there is where like the other shot looks worse. When they zoom in,
much worse on top when they're on top.
Well, that one right there, the final one is the one that I think makes it look it looks like he's just trying to win the jump ball to me.
Where is that at?
I think the first youtube.com/the college experience. Yeah, no, that
like
really
he connects there. Yeah.
But I think that makes him. I think that one sells that.
Here.
I think that one sells.
There, he hits.
He's trying to get the ball though, dude.
No. That hits him right in the chest, right here. That's no ball.
I disagree.
That is no ball.
I don't think that's a punch. You can't call that in the fucking in the NCAA tournament.
This ain't tiddlywinks. This is fucking the NCAA tournament.
Well, this is the thing is like you're now setting a precedent. Like I'm pulling the Colby from like a week ago when you're setting a precedent. You've ejected everybody for throwing strikes previously, and then you don't eject this kid here.
Mac, he's a Florida fan, so of course a Florida fan's going to say this, right? I put on the Iowa shirt to troll Bieniek. I mean, right? I wasn't wearing the Iowa shirt 5 minutes before this show. Mac,
fuck you then.
Yeah, I really did. I said, honey, I don't have an Iowa shirt. Can you grab me that Iowa shirt? I was wearing the Saudi Arabia shirt, Saudi Arabia State shirt earlier, just randomly, not even. But my point is that Mac, from a neutral point of view, do you think that was like, do you think I can see how you should look at it? I don't think it's definitive, and I don't think you should jeopardize the game by throwing him out on something that is not conclusive to me.
Absolutely. And like, he got thrown to the ground. So all of a sudden it became a dick measuring contest of who's going to wrestle the ball around. So he tries to grab and get a good grip so that he could grab it away from Condon. Fuck no, I don't think that's a punch. That's not when it's a punch. I'm not going to accidentally punch you.
He could have easily punched him in the face.
I feel like everybody in the arena knows it's a punch. Like as soon as that gets thrown, everybody's all up in arms.
So he gets slammed to the ground.
So and then
it's on like Donkey Kong on the ground. It's like, fucking wrestle for the ball. I saw more contact at fucking Stadium Swim than that little fucking carry. That's not a punch.
I think the refs actually did it right, but they're stupid if they told Golden it was a punch, but we can't do it because.
Yeah. I mean, shit, it does not have to be a punch, whether it's open first or not. Like that gets him ejected.
Go for the ball.
I don't think you should eject anybody.
That's not going for the ball.
Yeah, it is. You're going for your strength to pull away the ball, so it's going to look like that.
I'll throw you a gut punch and then I'll rip it because you're going to be a little bit weak when you have a little bit less of your.
You motherfuckers, you young motherfuckers. That is nothing. All right, that is nothing.
By
right
rule and ejection right
By
there.
rule.
Tell Todd Golden to go slide into
By
some-
rule, you're a douchebag for this opinion. All right. Have you read the TCE rules? Section 104,
We have
Article
rules?
90, Article 97. Thou shall not be a bitch when it comes to covering basketball games.
I didn't know we had rules.
I know Mac breaks it with his mimosas, but
That's pretty bitch.
right. But this is this one. Come on.
Pretty diverse.
Yeah.
So
Fuck Todd Golden. I'm so sick of this shit.
I will say this.
Come on.
We've been on the fraud watch with Todd Golden before. Like we have sniffed this out for a while. Last year's team was very good, and they were able to avoid the short turnarounds twice with UConn, Texas Tech, and then they needed a miraculous 15-point comeback against Houston to get it done. We've known this. Like Ben McCollum coached him in circles tonight. First off,
oh my God, that was a clinic. And one of the things that I hate is Todd Golden acting like he's a badass. I'm like, dude.
Well, Ben McCollum, here's why he was upset here. This was the other topic I was going to bring up about this same play.
This one's hilarious.
What is Ben doing? The head coach is in
I thought you were showing the other
play.
clip. Well, Golden's in there too.
Well, Golden's right there.
Golden's in there too, dude.
What are we
in there
doing?
more.
Yeah,
So that's
both are
why,
in there.
That's why Ben's upset at Todd. Like Ben's motherfucking Todd, and then later Todd gets caught on camera motherfucking Ben.
Noah, they're trying to get because the players aren't allowed to leave the bench. It's only the coaches. So they took it upon themselves to go get their players, get the dust up done, and let's move on.
But that's why they were exchanging here. Ben's still pissed. He goes to the ref right after this little clip. Then he goes and shouts at Todd. Todd looks at a tablet to see if it was a punch. He turns around and says, "That's a fucking punch. Fuck you."
Fuck Todd.
Yeah. Fuck Todd. Fuck Todd. I told you. Todd's.
Yeah. All right. But all right. Let's just close this before we get distracted.
What are you looking
again.
up over there? What's going on?
Yeah, what do you got over there? His article 496 when raising fist.
So
DMs are you sliding in over there? Let's see you.
So McCollum outcoached him tremendously. That was the highest percentage of points in the paint against Florida in the last 2 years. So it was fantastic game plan. Whatever worked, because honestly, I thought they went right at Florida's strength, right? Which was the front court. The final play of the game, which I think a lot of people are going to talk about.
Great inbounds pass. Are you talking about the game winner? The three?
Game winner.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Great inbounds pass. That was a very challenging inbounds pass that I don't think really shows up as much.
Oh my God. Golden said they ran a stagger to get him open. Or maybe even he said two. Right, Max? So everybody knows it's going to Sturts. Sturts does a whole fucking wheel around the court, burns Boogie with speed, which doesn't happen often. And Bennett has been taught or coached. You can see Ben walking with him to the midcourt line, which I don't know if we're supposed to be doing that either. But
oh my God, shut the fuck up, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Who's this guy here?
Todd will foul early. He's been known to do this. He did it against UConn. He did it against Texas Tech in both of those games, even when they were just up 2. He will foul before they even get a possession. So Bennett knows to get rid of the ball before anybody gets close to him, and he tosses it to Forgaris, who drains that fucking 3.
Hold on. You gotta find the clip of the no call, gigantic foul.
Oh my God!
No, I don't even know what I'm okay with the no call.
That's a foul.
I'm okay with the no call, but please, can you find that clip since we're sugarcoating this for Florida's favor so far?
I mean, I've been very, I think, upfront in saying we got away with our fair share calls. I'm not even talking about the Shinyelu one, but that was brutal.
I mean, well, great inbounds pass. I think that inbounds pass is more difficult than it seems from the angle you're watching it. I think it's a very hard inbounds pass. Then, I mean, Mac, you were obviously part of a Final Four team, and you pressed Virginia.
Yeah.
Do you like pressing in that spot?
I like token pressure, which means I'm pressing you, but it's to contain you. The last thing you can't do is you can't let the guy catch the ball with the full head of steam. So letting Bennett Sturts catch the ball with the full head of steam opened up the whole floor. If they had just forced him to catch it going away from the basket, they would have shot a contested three, or it would have been a contested shot at the end. So that was bad defense on Boogie Flan. I know they said like a standard screen for him. It's not like they drew up something crazy for him. Florida should have switched that or done anything to right there. Like you can't let him catch the ball with the full steam ahead, because then that guy's got to help off the corner.
Yeah, the full steam ahead is everything there, right? Because you're just so quickly up the court, right? Yeah.
That's and like it wasn't even really a screen. Like they had to. Boogie Flynn got caught chasing.
They missed the screen.
Yeah.
Todd even said post game he wanted them face guarding him. So just completely got burned by this little misstep Bennett did at midcourt.
Can I talk about there's a lot I want to talk about on this one, because first off, Bennett Sturts had a terrible fucking game.
Oh my God, it was his worst shooting game of his college career, dude. And they still
5
won.
Of 16. 5 of
no,
16.
5 of 27 or something like that. You're not counting the 3-pointers. 5 of 20.
Okay. Maybe what I'm seeing here is just,
he went 0 from 9 from deep.
Yeah.
So it was like 5 of 25. Worst shooting game of his career.
Banks had a big game for Iowa, but I had made the argument, I think, earlier this season that McCullum's a top 10 coach in the sport. I might be convinced he's a top 5 coach after this, because one of the things I really appreciated were the adjustments as the game was going on.
Yeah.
And also out of timeouts, I thought he was fantastic. Like they either got out of timeouts, they almost got like a great look every time, a dunk, a layup,
look at
a foul.
Bennett look at Ben when Bennett passes the ball real quick on this. I'm just watching so many points of view here. Bennett is just like, yeah, that's what we meant to do. In the post game, Fulgaris is like, I want the ball. I'll be ready to Bennett. And Bennett was like, okay. So I believe Ben told Bennett that they will foul. And that's why he got rid of the ball pretty quick before he's even near the 3-point line. Go on, Colby.
No, I mean, shout out to Clark. He agrees with me. Like I took Florida in this game, Bieniek. So like I said, like I'm not, I mean, I enjoy seeing Iowa upset them because I think McCullum is a fascinating story to follow throughout his career, but they have no talent. If you watch Iowa, this is I think this will go down as one of the greatest wins in a while, because I'm like, man, not only did they it's not like they stole it, because they were up majority of the game.
Yeah.
It was just so well organized. A lot of times it was something simple shit like the spacing or the pick and roll. They knew where to go exactly.
You can see Hauk, he's coming up to foul Bennett there.
That's why I like 2-2-1 back to man in that situation, so that you make the guy catch the ball going away from the rim. That would be with 7 seconds. Then he's got to face, and then they got to make a pass. Next, there's 4 or 5 seconds left, and it's a forced jump shot. You do that, you start chasing. That opens up the whole floor. That was bad defense on Florida.
That's tremendous scouting. First off, to know that an out-of-conference opponent will foul, because nobody's expecting a shot with 6 seconds.
Well, why would they foul?
No, Todd wants an extra possession. He wants to finish the game with the ball. So they will foul. They will send a guy to a line if they're up 2.
Up 2?
But not Sturts,
yes.
Right?
No. He said we were looking to foul before a shot was
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They did it to Tech last year with 1:20 left on their worst free throw shooter. They've done it before. So
yeah, but with 9 seconds left?
Yeah.
There's no way.
With a minute 40 left, they did it. That's why this shot.
Why
is
would
so
you
quick.
foul Iowa's fucking offense, dude?
I'm telling you, that's just what he said and what he does.
Yeah,
that's what he does. Late.
I can tell you this though.
That's why that shot was taken with 6 seconds to go.
We were talking.
They got taken because they took a bad angle and the fucking guy helped up and they had.
Well, that's why they had a play drawn up to get speed into the half court. So
We
Yeah,
we
I
had
agree with you
mentioned
there.
this. I don't know if I was with you guys or if I was with SGP, so forgive me there. I said though that if this guy has just a little bit of athleticism and some shot create, like just give him like one true really good shot creator.
I mean,
I
Bennett's good at creating his own shot. He just didn't have a good game today.
Yeah. I just think like you're seeing McCollum with probably the worst roster he's going to have at Iowa this year.
I agree.
Like this guy, I love the hire. I think it's I thought and when we covered the game on VSiN, I did hesitate, but I was like, yeah, this is year one. They'll probably just get fucked up by Florida. But I thought for a second, I was like, could McCollum fuck over Golden here coaching? But then I was like, nah,
he did.
Yeah, but I just thought like that roster's just not, it's not equipped to beat Florida. And
So I want to tell you this too. Post game, again in the presser, Ben and the players all preached their physicality against Florida, which yes, they brought physicality and it was a physical game. If Ben McCollum wants to have his teams physical, this team's nowhere near his best team. This team is white, unathletic, and I thought they were bullied in the Big Ten.
Well, I
did not think this was a physical team this year. And if he's preaching physicality because they just roughed up one of the best front courts of the country, they're going to have a really fucking good program.
Well, I mean, I go back to the Michigan game. I know they lost that game, but I came away super fucking impressed with their performance against Michigan. Because you look like guy for guy, you're like they should get destroyed, right? And it's like this motherfucker can coach, and I would say like, man, you could
and
argue
he has
like,
a good home crowd, a good fan base. Carver Hawkeye is a very tough place to go and win.
Yeah, unbelievable. 73-72, the Hawkeyes win. Do we want to hit on anything else? I mean, it's tough to repeat. Yeah,
you mentioned the Shinyelu one, so here's the clip.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Sorry, I took it off. My bad, dude.
No,
that's the fuck out of him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, just hilarious because without a care in the world, there's a second left. It was a very physical game. Like this was clearly out of frustration, thinking that the half was going to end. And he just runs up like he's a bull seeing red and blasts through this poor
leans in with the shoulder too. But I mean, whatever. Like I'm okay with this.
Oh, it's hilarious. How about this one? Did you see this one earlier in the game too?
Yeah,
said this poor guy.
I mean, dude, that one I'm. Wait, they didn't call anything on that either, though, right?
They got to either call her a flop or an offensive foul on this because this dude went flying 4 yards. All right, we're gonna
use the race card. No, we enjoy using the race. We make fun of the staples all the time, but I will say at Iowa, that's kind of what you got to do, right? You know. Maybe not.
I mean, everybody
NIL
knows
era.
the deal. Yeah, you're recruiting in the cornfields. Okay, so
what a game! What an upset! Anything else we want to say on this? Do we want to talk about Florida more? I don't know, but
I mean, they had a good season. They won the Natty.
It's tough to repeat. It's tough to repeat.
Yeah,
I do actually. It's my team. That's why we're going on this for a half hour. But it is going to be the biggest storyline when we wake up tomorrow. That a 1 seed goes down to Iowa of all teams. Ben said in the presser as well, saying, "Hey, I won a national championship, returned to the tournament as a 1 seed." He lost the first round game in the D2 tournament the very next year. Like there is something to like now it's I think the last eight national champions, only one has gotten to the Sweet 16, and that was UConn in 2024 when they won the national championship. And if you go back to like 2007, only one team advanced out of the Sweet 16, and it was 2024 UConn. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Sosa says, "Okay, well, I'm going to use the race card. Fuck the committee." All right, I mean,
and then
okay. You're not going to have me push it back.
We mentioned this all throughout the year. I think this was the biggest theme for us. Florida had no non-conference wins. All their biggest damage came within the SEC, which we thought was not a great conference this year. So we'll end it with that, I guess.
Yeah, and I look, I had Texas money line against Gonzaga, but seeing Bruce Pearl try to tout Texas fucking drove me crazy. It's like, see, this is the best conference in the land. I'm like, look, I go back, rewind the tape. I said Texas or NC State was going to go to the Sweet 16, right?
You did.
Texas beat.
You said more so because Gonzaga is vulnerable.
Well, I said BYU is without 2 starters,
or BYU is vulnerable.
and Huff isn't going to be a go for Gonzaga until next weekend. So I was like, whoever gets that win in that NC State Texas game has a genius path to the Sweet 16. So let's not suck off the SEC too much there, Bruce Pearl. Anyway, yeah. Anything else?
I mean, I like the conference affiliationship, if we're on the topic.
Sure.
A record amount of teams in the Sweet 16 by the Big Ten. They have 6 teams.
We kind of thought that would happen.
I said it was the best league. That was my opinion.
Oh no, I just said, like, I think me and you, maybe on our solo episode, maybe Mac was shit-faced one night, where we were talking, like, and I was like, dude.
Don't reveal our secrets. Mac doesn't get shit-faced in this show.
It's true. That's true. He might have just fell asleep watching, Judge Judy or some shit.
Even worked when I at the pool.
Yeah, but we did talk about how I think just because NIL, that I thought the Big Ten would get one in the next 2 or 3 years, like that natty. It doesn't, I just thought, like, the conference is much more athletic than they were over the past, like, 15 years.
There's a couple of reasons for that too. Like, and you also have mentioned in the past, like, the conference has grown by 4 teams, adding the West Coast. That helps as well. But none of those West Coast teams are in the Sweet 16 right now. There's no USC, there's no UCLA, there's no Washington, there's no Oregon. So there would have been 6 Sweet 16 teams in the old Big Ten as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
The biggest thing for this, and this is something that Mac has talked about, is, like, with the SEC, what created their charge lately, the last 3 or so years, they hired really good coaches. What did the Big Ten go out and do? They hired really good coaches like Ben McCollum, Nico Medved, guys that I'm not even going to be able to name right off the top of my head. Darren, sure. I don't know if that was a shot or legit, but
in the number 1 NIL budget, you didn't make the tournament.
Number 2, Kentucky, right?
Bad return on investment. Yeah. Big Ten had a good weekend. So what's the breakdown? Big Ten 6. What's the SEC got? 5?
The SEC, though, like, look, I know because people have tweeted me. Okay. You also got no Toppin at Texas Tech.
Yep.
I'm just saying, you got some nice draws there. 3 of those ones, the best players on the team, or one of the top 2 players on the team in every one of those games did not play. Credit, Alabama looked phenomenal. Texas Tech looked like shit. I wondered about the 7-man rotation. Would that work? Didn't love that game. I think on VSiN I said it's the game I would bet last, but I took Texas Tech. Nice blowout win. I mean, that wasn't even a fucking game. I mean, that was. I didn't even. We could have started the show an hour earlier. Mac, your thoughts on Bama just taking it to Texas Tech?
That was disappointing. I know Toppin was out, but Toppin's been out. Texas Tech definitely was vulnerable coming into the tournament, just like BYU because of the injuries. Definitely kind of a shitty luck for the Big 12 over the last couple of weeks with the injuries. I mean, Iowa State fucking took care of business today, but
they got injured. Look at the injuries. What, Iowa State, Texas Tech, BYU.
Like those are 3 of the top 5 teams that have impactful injuries. Iowa State just was tougher than Kentucky in their game. But yeah, it sucks. You don't want to see that. You want to see the best players play, but BYU leaked oil down the stretch, and Texas Tech, that was underwhelming. I kind of was shocked at how bad they got beat, but Alabama had one of those nights like they did against BYU last year in the Sweet 16 where they made 23s. When they do that, they're hard to beat, which means we have to bet against them in the Sweet 16 against Michigan, probably.
Yeah, and then we should touch on Tennessee, Virginia. Tennessee 79, Virginia 72. This is another game. I don't know who would have won this game, but I thought the refs were fucking terrible in this game too.
Yeah.
Now I the player did admit, what's his name, admitted to touching the ball before it went out of bounds. They still missed a gigantic fucking travel in a pivotal basket. Once again, that has been happening the whole goddamn season. It's really horrible that the NBA game, who no one likes, is creeping into the college game because travels have been happening left and right. When we were at the theater watching the games all day, I mean, pivotal plays. It's like, dude, that's a fucking travel, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Blow the fucking whistle. I thought Tennessee got very fortunate on a big time play where the guy traveled. But I don't know that they would have lost the game because there was still enough time. But I thought the refs were just terrible in this basketball game. But shout out to Rick Barnes. He's back to the Sweet 16, man.
I'm telling you, like his choking now pretty much only goes to Texas. This is a good coaching job by Barnes. This wasn't that good.
Well, what's crazy is like you do look at the remaining field and you're like, I don't know. They if Iowa can beat Florida, Tennessee can beat some of these teams, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Kurt, right? The traveling thing is a pandemic right now though, man. Like it's in a lot. Like I wish I should have noted each game. I should have noted each game, but I know this one tonight was a terrible one. There was many down the stretch that we were watching that I thought they were just throughout Thursday and Friday slate opening round, where I was like, are they ever going to call a travel? Why are we so infatuated with this?
Yeah.
Why? I don't get this. Why are we chasing this? I used to really pride college basketball on keeping the game the way the game's supposed to be. This is a big development to me this year onto letting everyone travel. It started to creep in, I'd say, last year a little bit, but this year it's been excessive. Any reason why?
Ratings, I guess. I think they want more scoring. They want to make it. They want to cater to the offense more.
I think that's it. I think they're drunk, though. I think there's a lot of college basketball fans that dislike the NBA product, and that's why they love college basketball.
I'd rather watch a goddamn table tennis match between like two drunken morons than an NBA game. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking here?
Yeah. So when I dipped, we were trying to figure out how many SEC, Big 12, and all of those teams were left, right?
6, 4, 3, 1, 2.
So
Big
4 SEC.
Yeah.
3 is Big 12.
Yeah. Big East 2.
2 is Big East.
And then Duke.
Gotcha.
This is back-to-back years for the ACC to only have Duke.
Dog shit.
Yeah. A disappointing tournament. And they got teams into the tournament this year too.
Yeah. No, I think going back to I believe this was the statement that I made. So like I thought the Big 12 at the top was the best. I thought they had the most title contenders. But top to bottom, I was like, I think the Big 10's like middle to basement was better. And I think that the different styles of ball that the new coaches have brought into the Big 10 have made the monotonous prep of aircraft carriers is the term that Shrewsbury called it, and the one that I ran with. Like, you just prepared for 2 bigs every single night. Well, now you got like a Ben McCollum who's running the system and is dragging this thing into the mud. There's multiple different philosophies and attacks and strengths in the Big 10 now that you have to prep for, and it's a different, the teams that have success are not just one strength or one stereotype now.
Sure. I mean, seeding does matter though, and I'll even push this to the mid-major narrative, where I do believe, like Tommy Lloyd was talking about, this is easy to see with the money coming into the sport so heavily. Fair point. I agree with that to a certain extent, but I also agree that like seeding's been terrible, in my opinion. Like even this year, like I felt like certain teams did not deserve 15s or 16s or 14s. And I just thought they did a really bad job doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, and I think that does play a role. I think Northern Iowa, if they don't have to play St. John's, probably does win a game and maybe two. You know, I think it matters.
Correct.
So, like, I'm not going to panic. Like, the narrative is just quickly out there. Like, there's no way. I also think this is a brand new day and age. And I think you see a team like High Point cash in on NIL within their conference. And I think that might encourage other teams to say, we can do this.
I agree. That was one of the things that I had on the short list of broader topics that I wanted to bring up.
But I do believe though, that do you think the Big Ten and SEC, because the committee, because the SEC and Big Ten's power, do they get better seeding?
Yeah, definitely.
I think you also get better seeding with NCAA tournament performance. Now, I don't think that the Big Ten's tournament performance has warranted it, but I think moving forward after a year like this is only going to.
I just see it in the college football, and I know that is a factor.
The Big Ten has always gotten more bids, but never, I would say, respect in seeding. Is that fair? Because there was always 9 or 10.
But I'm not talking 5 years from now. I'm talking since the way the sport, like college athletics, is going. They have all the say in really the future of college athletics to a big point of view. And I just refuse to believe that they would not be given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to seeding.
Well, and the preseason metrics are cooked.
Yeah,
the books are cooked for the SEC and Big Ten. We saw that this year.
Yeah,
it also, I think,
they started with a head start.
I think it was also much better this year with the WAB, with the wins above bubble. Like we saw,
not the SEC.
We saw St. Mary's be a 7 seed. We saw Utah State get in comfortably and not be on the bubble. Like that could have been, a 28 and what were they? 28-6 would have been probably a bubble team 2 years ago.
But we could say like Northern Iowa. I would say Miami, Ohio shouldn't have had Tennessee in the second round. You know,
they shouldn't have been on the 11 line. Like I agree with you. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So that fucks up the. I guess we're kind of talking two different things here. That fucks up your chances of having a team go deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it does, but
no doubt. And then you run a St. Louis team who is 28-5 in the year. You put them on the 9 line. Like they're immediately capped in the second round. That's when.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that team was fucking good. They decapitated Georgia. So
yeah, I even thought they played Michigan well for a good amount of that game.
Yeah, for 30 minutes, which is, I think, the new age of college basketball is these mid-majors are competing for 30, 35 minutes. And then everybody takes the screenshots of the scores like, oh, this team covered by 20.
Yeah.
The win margin was the largest it's been in 35
overreaction.
Years. You've got Siena, who's winning by 6 with 5 minutes to go, and they lose by like 12.
Same with, I thought Akron was playing Texas Tech a lot closer, and it got blown out late. But, yeah.
I mean, there's a handful of examples.
Hofstra's a good one. That's probably the best one.
They dress
folks, before we want to continue talking about all of this, but I want to let you know that the college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Get the SGPN app for all your picks and podcasts, articles, all in one place. It's completely free. Just type in SGPN to the Google Play or iTunes store there, or app, whatever, the Apple app store. Click SGPN, download that thing, and let it ride. We're also brought to you by SeatGeek. Yes, look, there's nothing better than catching college hoops this time of year. I mean, if these games are all insane, if you were at the Iowa-Florida game, I know you co-signed that, right? If you were at the NIT game, Illinois State and Wake Forest, you probably co-signed that. If you're at the St. John's, Kansas game, or at Tennessee, Virginia, all those ones, high drama, great games, the St. Joe's game, and you got the NIT, you got the NCAA tournament going on, you got college baseball going on right now. MLB is about to be back. NBA and NHL playoffs are around the corner. World Cup's going on this summer. You got UFL stuff going on, right? there's nothing like seeing a live sporting event. I love using SeatGeek, and it's better than all it truly is better than all the other competitors. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a 1 to 10 scale, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and we're gonna get you 10% off your next set of tickets over there at SeatGeek with the promo code SGPN10. Yes, that's 10% off any tickets with the promo code SGPN10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account with so you can use it later over at SeatGeek. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. And Kalshi's got a ton of trading options for your favorite sports. New Kalshi customers get $20 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog has you covered for pick'em for almost every single sport. Underdog just increased their payouts. We love using it for college hoops, right? 2-pick entries now at 3.5 times the rate, and 3-pick entries at 6.5 times. Jump on over there. And they got a brand new offer for new customers at Underdog Fantasy. Play $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. So do that and let it ride. All right, we are back.
Can we continue going down that conference road?
Yeah, but hang on. Let me shout out Bill Russo giving us $50. Bill Russo, it was a pleasure meeting you too, man. Wanted to thank you guys for having us for the first round and first 4 games. Y'all are great dudes. It was nice meeting you and talking /betting ball. Can't wait to do it again. Likewise, brother. That's a 2-way street, man. We are very grateful that you took time out of your life to come hang out with us, and time out of your life to view the show or listen to the show, however you normally take it in. But we are very grateful, man. So cheers. Thanks for the donation there, man. And we look forward to the future hangouts as well. Bieniek, back to your the conversation.
I opened up Twitter as you were doing the ad reads like I typically do, and I found this from Jeff Borzella. This is only the second time in NCAA tournament history where the Sweet 16 is made up entirely of major conferences. The only other time,
92, right? Oh, who the fuck did 92?
I don't know. I wouldn't know that off the top of my head. That was actually before I was even born, too. Shit, there goes my light. But what I will say, did we have anything on Big Ten SEC before we move on to Big 12?
Look, I don't want to completely shit on the SEC, but I do think they did all right. I mean, they got having played those teams, whoever was going to get to play those teams, those teams all had red flags to me, right? But at the same time, you still won the games. I mean, a credit to Bama, especially that Hofstra game. They got Hofstra was taking it to them early, and they made the proper adjustments and battled back.
And credit to you for calling out Virginia on the bullshit too. Like you were all over that all year.
Oh, dude, and they should have lost in the first round, dude. That's another one. That's another one where the score, like I feel like, but yeah, I mean, it was a nice draw. I still thought Tennessee, Virginia, like
Howard was dressed up against Michigan.
It was completely dressed up, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, they like to push this narrative out here. I almost think there's like an agenda to push that narrative.
Well, it's also an easy narrative to make. All you look at is the final score.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think seeding's been fucking terrible too. I don't even think Howard should have been a 16 to their credit. I think Howard should have been a 15.
Yeah.
Siena probably should have been a 15. You know, one of those teams should have been a 15. I'll tell you that, right? Like the seeding has been really bad. And that sometimes if you have a shitty committee regarding seeding, that can cook the books for your tournament. Now, I do believe also Tommy Lloyd's probably got a point. There is some validity to the dollar gaps that are happening.
Yeah, but the dollar gap, this was keep going. That's a topic that I have tabled for the other part of the show. I'm excited to talk about.
So keep going, meaning bring it up later.
Yeah, you go on with Tommy Lloyd. I don't know why I spoke out loud instead of just keeping a mental note, but it's a podcast.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm saying like, I think it's too early to tell. I think all these programs are having moments realizing like, hey, we could do what High Point did, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, he's probably right that like ULM or some shit that doesn't have any money it's going to be harder. But it's not like they were making the tournament anyway. Like your shittiest mid majors were not making the tournament anyway. Like we could circle a bunch of teams that never go or hardly ever go.
Yeah.
So I think we're rushing to judgment still. It could be accurate. It could be more accurate than I realize, but it's too short of a sample size right now because we did have San Diego State playing the national championship 3 years ago.
We have a sample size of also 50 years of proven madness. That's why it took a sample size and we're like, hey, this is so crazy. We actually should coin this March Madness.
Yeah.
And then we've had March Madness for about 45 years or so.
I would still say
we're in this new era. So.
And I would still say it's madness. Santa Clara, Kentucky was complete madness.
Siena Duke.
Siena Duke was complete madness. High Point, Wisconsin was even High Point, Arkansas was madness. They didn't get the win, but goddamn it, with 2 minutes left, it was
to a certain extent Iowa over Florida's madness.
Yes, completely. The Texas run, like I forecasted it that the winner of that game would go to the Sweet 16, but I'm saying like, okay, here's a team that almost didn't make the field and they're in the Sweet 16. Now, obviously Texas has a shit ton of money, so it looks good. I would have taken NC State to beat those teams as well. Mac, what do you make of the narrative being pushed out there? You agree with it, or you think, it's kind of a little bit of everything?
Sample size is too small. Okay, we're on pace for another probably chalky-ish, but we just had a 1 seed go down the round of 32. Like, why can't 2 out of the 3 1 seeds go down the Sweet 16? I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. I'm also old enough to remember, like, people were complaining about a 4 seed, a 5 seed, a 9 seed, and a 7 seed in the Final Four 3 years ago. Like, people just complain. People will come up and say, "Oh, not having any top tier blue bloods having success."
It's how I make my living.
Screaming at cloud. But let's shift to the Big 12. You mentioned Tommy Lloyd, and I'd like to have this convo too. Like, the top of the conference has absolutely delivered. I don't think there's been a single close game. Utah State dressed it up at the end against Arizona. Houston murdered 2 teams, and Iowa State performed surgery on
Utah dressed it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Utah State dressed it up enough that. Well, hang on though. That it scared Matola enough to send me a text message.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Arizona.
So I don't think it was too dressed up because he got nervous.
It was one of my best bets on Sunday, so I'm happy. But I thought it was no sweat still for Arizona.
And shout out to the great David Matola and company and his friends for coming out each and every year.
What was no sweat, Noah? Arizona covered?
Yeah, no, just Arizona winning. Arizona winning the game. I didn't think that was a sweat.
Like, that was an extreme.
No, they were up 20.
Yeah, but they did cut it to what they cut that to 6? Yeah, 4. Yeah,
I don't know. What was it?
They had that shit 6. To 4. I was like, what the fuck is Arizona doing?
Yeah.
Calhoun made some nice adjustments at the half.
So you're saying it was like a Cal Baptist Kansas, like it got sketchy at the end.
Yeah.
Overall,
I think it was a little bit more than that because Cal Baptist. I don't know that I fully bought in. Like Cal Baptist was still down 13 with like a minute and a half left. Utah State cut it to 6.
I feel like was down 4 with 30 seconds to go.
I know, but 13 at a minute and a half left is like you're still like, man, are they even like? Whereas Utah State, I feel like had it at like 6 with like 4 or 5 minutes left, where you're like, man, this is actually a fucking game.
Right. But anyways, so 5 of the 6 games were they fucking steamrolled, right? Like that was to be expected. These are 3 of the top 5, 6 teams. We're doubting Iowa State being able to keep this thing consistent.
Well, and they took another injury. They took an injury. So I mean, that was
who's doubting Iowa State?
Well,
Colby and I.
Okay.
Coming into the tournament, but obviously, to be fair to the Cyclones, Jefferson being injured is a terrible. The timing couldn't be any fucking worse, and I don't know. I think he might be out a while.
I'm pretty sure he's out for the tournament. From people I talked to, I think he's out for the tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
SGPN doc Sebastian was saying he might be able to come back Thursday.
He was on crutches.
So, I know. Well, Gongbo was on a scooter. He entered the gym on a scooter.
I kind of hope I rather than play without him fully healthy rather than have him half-ass it and be a liability defensively. Because ultimately, Iowa State's they're not gonna win pretty. Like they're gonna have to junk this
Yeah,
thing
but
up.
that's their best player. Statistically, he's their most important player.
He's their best player when he's healthy. If he's 50%, he ain't their best player.
Yeah.
You don't think the fans are going to be like, "How did you not play a tournament game without Jefferson?" Like, let's go down with our best punch. Let's go down.
Clark, we are aware. We are aware of that. We were just. I hope it didn't sound like we were not aware that it happened.
Oh no,
today.
they murdered Kentucky for 40 minutes without their best player.
Yeah,
that happened. That is a fact.
But still,
no, so where I was going with that is like first 3 teams, no sweat. I think they murdered 6 teams. Utah State dressed it up, was my opinion on that. Where I was going to take this, like that soft belly that Mac's been preaching, physicality in the Big 12, smash mouth, gauntlet. Some of these teams got flat out bullied. Texas Tech rolled over today.
I mean, but they're okay.
They're made 23s.
Yeah,
they're down 2 stars. No, they got out rebounded too. They were out efforted.
I that doesn't. Do you find that shocking? I mean, I know I didn't pick
Kansas.
Alabama,
was not the more physical team against St. John's, and BYU got bullied by Texas. So I know 2 of those teams are shorthanded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know,
but it's effort. It's effort. Watching the games, they were not competitive.
Texas has better athletes than
physically competitive. They got bullied.
Rebounded St. John's.
I just think it's a little cheap to pick 2 of the teams that have the best players out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, the team
St.
that I was
John's
going to give
Kansas game, I will give you validity to. Like,
Kansas lost at the buzzer.
They credit to Kansas for battling back, but I did think early on that was definitely the narrative. I thought
Kansas would have won if that Hunt made a goddamn shot.
The team that I was most impressed by. Sorry.
Bill Self drew up 3 straight plays for Peterson wide the fuck open. This guy's the number 1 pick of the draft. Clank, clank, clank. They rebounded 2 of them and tipped it in. If Peterson fucking makes a fucking shot, they win the game.
Yeah, when you texted me that they played better with Peterson not on the floor,
Dude,
I didn't think that was
run every time when that fucking pitch is on the bench. He sucks.
But when he was on the floor, they were playing well still. Like,
fuck that guy. Fuck that
like
guy.
they made the second half close.
In the draft, Bill Self draws up an elevator play, wide the fuck open, miss. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, at that point though, you gotta, as a coach, be able to detect, hey, my star isn't on his game today. I have a guy named Melvin Council who's put up 40 points twice this year. Like, let's try our option number 2. You have to be able to dissect that and visualize and see that. Like, having the star on the floor works as a decoy too.
I mean,
I just think your argument is a lot better if you don't bring up Texas Tech and BYU. I think that's cheap. I mean, we all knew, like, I didn't know that. I like, that was a hard game to read because I thought Bama's style of play on a 7-man rotation could really be a problem for Texas Tech. But then I was like, how good is Bama really? Bama hit their shots today. Texas Tech, though, I think has been on kind of, in my mind, they have not been a contender to me since the Toppin injury, and same with BYU with both their injuries combining.
Definitely fallen off down the stretch, no doubt. But I'm saying effort, energy, physicality, not there. That's not that's not having full health. That is having 100% drive.
Well, it's also having your backups in.
But it's like, it's visual. Like when you're watching on the screen, and specifically Texas Tech, they're not 100% healthy, but it's effort. Like they were getting skull drugged. Like it was not close.
It was a bad matchup for them.
They made 23. They made 23.
Alabama's front court's the weakness of the team, and Sherrill's dominating. Like he had a fucking career game 2 games in a row now.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they physically dominated them. They made 20 fucking threes. You're not beating a team when they make 23s.
They physically dominated them. Like that happened.
Anyway.
I mean, hey, hats off to Bama. We saw this last year. Did they physically dominate BYU last year in the Sweet 16? Or did they make 25 threes? Yeah. You make 23s, you ain't beating them.
I mean, I'm going to pull up the box score here too.
As for Kansas, I saw a lot of people pushing back on Bill Self. I don't know what else Bill Self could have done. I actually thought Bill Self out-coached Rick Pitino in the last 10 minutes.
The last 20, I'll give you last 20.
I thought he got it back in the game. And then he managed the foul situation, I thought, good. I mean, he took all his fouls to a point where there were 5 seconds they got to inbound it. Melvin Council, you can't guard Darling from 50 feet from just driving your ass right to the basket. But Dunga, I remember I've coached against Kansas. Where the fuck is the rim protection beating that shit off the backboard like Donkey Kong? Like what was that?
I saw this tweet too.
Darling's white slow ass is going to drive you 50 feet and shoot an uncontested layup. I was like, that is the softest shit I've ever seen. I must be fucking blacked out drunk because there's no way they just.
Oh, you were. Oh, I'm sure you were. But we saw the photos.
Like, what the fuck was that? This is Kansas.
Dudes.
Like, I remember the days where they had fucking Thomas Robinson, the Morris twins, Jeff Withy, fucking Aldridge. You go down you go way back in the day. That shit would have been fucking pinned off the backboard, going the other way for a dunk. Like, that is the softest shit I've ever seen. Joel Embiid. Oh my God, I wanted to throw up watching that shit.
Yeah.
So I saw a thing go viral of like how stoic Rick Pitino was after the game winner. Did you guys see this?
He was relieved.
Like it was cold-blooded, no reaction. It wasn't the play he drew up, dude. You can see Zuby step out wanting the ball. Hey, as Dylan Darling just turns a corner and goes in.
But that's not what he said. But I mean, obviously, who knows what the fuck?
I'm just telling you what I watched. Because no, I heard it. Hey, like Zuby stepping out, give me the ball. And Rick Pitino takes a step towards the court. He's got his arms crossed or whatever. Takes a step towards the court like something's up. And turns and walks as the thing goes in. And I'm sure that was not the play that was drawn up. That was hilarious.
That was the post game question.
No.
That's got to be the worst question I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
There are so many. Who
are they letting in? And they'll deny us sometimes.
So
we know our shit. We will ask you a legit question.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of beat just for news, but also I follow a lot of beat because that was what I grew up wanting to do. And I have seen so many fucking videos of questions that are just absolute dog shit.
Tonight might have been the worst.
That
might have been the worst.
I am working on a montage of just dumb ass questions, and I will have it out probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. It's not the first thing.
So hang on. So the audience listening or watching, Bill Self was asked a question about how many buzzer beaters.
This was how it was phrased. It was going out on your last game. It has to be pretty negative to lose on a buzzer beater. How many buzzer beaters have you lost in your career?
Like,
what the fuck are you doing?
I thought he added one other thing after that too, but I mean, it was terrible. It was Self had first said he's gonna, right before that he had said that he's going to he's going to go back home and spend time with family. So you hadn't, to assess that as that. But also it is Self has, since you've been able to pay players, that narrative is only going to continue now with that loss. Now, I do think it was a tough draw to get St. John's the second match or in the second round, but
he don't look the same.
The culture at Kansas has been iffy the past couple of years.
The heart attack is when it really flipped, I feel like, in 22. Because then he didn't coach the NCAA tournament. They lost to Arkansas. And then he got Hunter Dickinson for 2 years. So, and now he got Darren Peterson. So, yeah, he's got to get back to getting those.
But that's on them, though. They went out and, sought them out. I mean, but hey, shout out to John giving us. Man, John is one of the coolest, fucking nicest guys. Man, he hung out with us the whole trip, giving us $50 here.
Friday night.
Yeah, John is a great. It's great to hang out as well, man. We really enjoy. I hope you come out every time we go there, and next time gas up the car.
Yeah,
give
John
it an oil change.
I would have picked you up if you called me, Mac. That's literally what he said. And then Mac went on to say, "Yeah, my car broke down. No,
Broke-
you ran out of gas.
You are
The
fake
gas
news.
gauge lied to him. All right.
Fake
The
news
gas
meeting.
gauge lied to him. But
Fuck that.
shout out to John. John's a great fucking guy, man. It's great. Same with Bill, John. These guys are all fantastic. Everyone that we hang out with, Cody Frazier,
Yeah.
and so on and so on. Everyone's super cool. It's great to connect and everything.
ACC.
So the ACC
or Big East. We can go to Big East with St. John's talk.
Well, I mean, St. John's and UConn, I guess we could do, right? I mean,
UConn. So how about this? Before we even touch on the game, I didn't know the coaches knew each other so well, Mac. That was a handicap that I felt we missed with Mick Cronin and Dan Hurley. So Mick Cronin's associate head coach is a neighborhood best friend of Hurley, like neighbors 4 doors down or whatever. And then Cronin, Hurley, Izzo, and Thad Mata are in a group chat called Old School Basketball Coaches. Who invited Cronin?
I mean, Cronin does have a lot of old school takes. I mean, he bitches about the travel. Are you raising your voice at me? I figured they just were close friends because they're both annoying ass white bald dudes that like to bitch. I figured there was like a mutual respect. Hey, you're annoying and you're annoying. We'll get along.
yeah.
No, that's not what I picked up. But like, yeah, that was a big thing there. Like that was a close, sweaty one for 35 minutes.
I mean, that's another one where you just wonder if UCLA had everybody. You know, if they had what's his name, the leading scorer. Why do I always forget his name? Yeah. It's because it's a tricky name. I think it is. That one. I mean, that game was dicey. UConn, great run late.
How about Terrace Reed not playing anything in the first half? Like he was in foul trouble. He had 0 points through the first 30 minutes of the game, and he finished with a double-double.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Shout out to Growing the Stash. Proud program. We got to get that shirts. And I'll say this to the chat right now. Have at it. If on Twitter, we're going to make this proud program thing pop. Just like looking live. I love when Mac, especially when he's shit-faced.
Proud program.
One of his best
proud program.
One of his best answers when he's completely shit-faced on the show. Yeah, it's like you could be talking like Eastern Washington and fucking Weber State. Weber State, proud program. I like them to win the game.
Take the points.
Proud program. Hashtag proud program is going to be a movement that we're starting. Me and Growing the Stash
dude.
shared a cocktail talking about this. As proud program, and I think you can use it for anything. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this today with White Tiger, as White Tiger. I'll just say, not a fan of mustard at this age. Loves ketchup. Ketchup, proud program. I think you can do this for a lot of things in life right now. So hashtag proud program. Tag us at TCE on SGPN.
A hot dog at a ballpark. That's a proud
program. Yeah.
Everybody does it. Like that's the most common thing. Popcorn at a movie. Proud program.
Vegas Airport. After seeing all the airport delays throughout the country, Vegas Airport, very proud program. I got through that shit in like 5 minutes. Very proud program they're running over there at the Vegas Airport. Whether we got employees being paid or not, I don't know. But they're they got a proud program.
A shout out to the TSA in Detroit too. 15 minutes there, 5 minutes in Vegas. Oh, proud program.
Dude, the best was they said Stash was starting to fucking buy shots, and Rob was buying shots, and the bartenders were coming over with the chicks and going, "These are on the proud program tab." So then they start yelling, "Proud program, proud program."
Yeah, that foxhole spot, dude. Eating a questionable Mexican meal before the flight. I truly don't believe there was a Mexican behind that company at the airport. I can't remember the fucking name. That's definitely a white/Jewish guy that probably owns that place. That was a foxhole spot for my stomach on that flight. All right.
Program.
Foxhole spot right there for that.
Oh man, that wasn't a pro move. That wasn't a proud program move, Colby. I went Jersey Mike's before the flight.
Pick Dundee, not a proud program at eating at the Vegas airport.
I was like, I'm already going to spend $18 on food. Why not double it with good food? I went Jersey Mike's. So.
Hey, and also we got a shout out. It was really cool. In fact, I'm actually bummed I didn't get to hang out with him one of the other days. But Red Wine Time, he was cool enough to gift us a bottle of whiskey, which was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then it was just cool as fuck that he traveled all the way from Europe. I know he had some friends out there, but it was really cool meeting up, man. It's I hope next time you could do it again next year, and then we can hang out longer, because I felt like I didn't get to talk to you as much as I would like to, just to hear about your background and shit. But really appreciate he
was there like a week earlier than us too.
That's probably why he barely talked to me. Right, like I Vegas voice, bro. I got Vegas voice. Fucking
he was
at
Dundee. The tail end of what Mac's at right now. Like that's what was going on.
He's like, look, I got this whiskey bottle for you guys. All right, let me get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you dumb fucks.
No, he wasn't like that. He was.
I know. Yeah. Shout out to Peyton in the chat. Lengthy Ash, dude. I am. Well, when you live in a garage, I'm like that fucking movie Powder in the 90s. No one really saw that. I think it was a box office failure, but there was a film called Powder. That's the way I fucking look after recording in a garage till 6 a.m. and then sleep until 2 or 3. I realized that
we never found out who Bieniek is king, but we knew he was there. Like CJ banging cigarettes at Westgate, proud program.
Honestly, one of the hardest things is
no.
Yeah. One of the hardest things is remembering everybody's name. It's incredibly hard. We need to hire an assistant. It just reminds me we could do like college football offensive coordinators. You just hold up a sign, and he could just, so I go to talk to someone, and then I just have an assistant with this being like red wine, this, but very cool to have everyone come
120
out,
people in that group. Like, I'm sure everybody else was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, what was your screen name? Oh, you're fucking Benedict Dantold. You're the man.
Clark says, I DM'd you apartment listings in Henderson, Mac. Do it. Don't be a pussy. Do it.
My man Derek Stevens would approve.
Yeah.
Mac, isn't that the best thing? Like, now just floating wild and free, like you can stay wherever it whims. Like, just rent a place for a month, and then St. Louis is on a roll with Josh Schertz. I'm gonna go stay in St. Louis, Missouri for the month of January, and then
it was a good time.
And then Miami, Ohio's 25-0. I'm gonna go stay in Ohio for the month of February.
Visiting a lot of
$200 probably. Red Wine said it will make the watch party next year, and he's still in Vegas right now with no voice. No way. Yeah, you crazy fucks. Actually, if I had you're also traveling from Europe. You might as well just you ride that Vegas voice out. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, everyone was fantastic. That shit's proud. We run a proud program based off our chat. Very proud program.
Yeah, Chippy in that thing tonight.
Can we talk about the Foxhole spot that is taking ACC teams far in your NCAA tournament bracket?
Miami was fucking with Purdue early too. I thought it might happen. Might happen. Good adjustments.
How did they?
I know. How did that cover should have hit?
God,
the cover should have hit, but
that should have.
Yeah.
NC State losing to Texas in the play-in. SMU losing to Miami. Ohio was in the play-in. That was red flag all over for me. And then that first day, they were awful. The ACC was. You had North Carolina blow a 19-point lead to VCU. Who else played on the first day? Louisville blew a 24-point lead to South Florida. They won.
I knew Louisville was phony, but yeah, I mean,
and who else? Wasn't there 3? Oh, Duke against Siena. It's like, oh yeah,
Duke.
What a dumpster fire.
Duke better bring that officiating crew to their next round. That shit.
I wish I could talk intelligently about this, but once again, like everything I saw, but it's like I was watching. Dude, it reminded me of like the feed I had on the flight was like watching an illegal porn channel at like a hotel room, or when you were a kid on like the cable, you would get it for like a half a second, and then like it would be black, but then you could kind of make out the figures in between. It would go like to gray. You're like, what am I seeing here? It's like, so I see a ball up in the air, and then it's like it would come back for a half second, and you're like, oh, and then just go out again. So I can't talk too intelligently about that game, but I know Twitter was I've seen like big. I mean, like Tim Brando called out for being a terrible. Like, I'm not talking just TCU fans or Duke haters. A lot of people in the media said that was a terrible refereed game. Mac, you were shit faced probably at the overhang bar.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that one?
I was watching the Proud program, TCU Foreign Frogs. I think the thing that really
program. What are we talking about?
How did that not cover? I feel like they were. When I watched the first half in that Mexican restaurant,
I thought they were going to win.
I thought they were going to win too.
I did too.
Well, you don't win when you lose, or you don't cover when you lose by 26.
Yeah, but like that shit, like.
But didn't like the ridiculous technical foul apparently, right?
Yeah.
Here's the shit that was really fucked up. Is they missed two obvious blatant calls. And it was like, okay, usually I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like, oh, I fucked up that call. I'll give you the next one. These fucking jack fucks tee up Jamie Dixon and compound it, and the wheels fall off. It was a total rig job. Fuck that final score. That was a fucking phony. Anybody that's fucking watched basketball knows that was bullshit. And it just took all the momentum from TCU, where they had come back taking the lead. Then Duke had taken a little bit more control, but TCU was still fighting. And we were going to have a game that came down the wire. And they just took that shit among themselves and said, nah, TCU, you're done. You're done. We're getting Duke to the next round. We're getting them to DC. That shit was a fucking joke.
Mac, by the way, Bieniek is King is now confirming that you have his phone number or her phone number.
I do?
That's the hardest part of like you meet. I mean,
Mac is texting me. You guys were at Circa, but I was absolutely hammered.
This is a good thing for the show, but I can remember when like you would meet like 3 or 4 people in Vegas.
Yeah.
But now that it's like the number that it is, and it's a great feeling, like you could barely step out of the fucking hotel room without getting recognized, which is cool. It really is. Like, I mean, like, but it can catch you sometimes. I was completely hungover in the fucking coffee line, and one of our pals or one of our listeners is like, dude, like, can I get a photo? I was like, yeah, sure. In my head, I'm just like, I wish it was a better time. I wish it was a better time, but and shout out to him. He was super cool, man. But if you're listening to this, I'm drawing a blank on your name. But I that's the problem is like, I've never been good with names naturally. Yeah. I'm talking about like you get a job. I can remember a lot of shit. I just can't remember the names very well.
This is mine growing the stash. I want that one. I've been asking for that.
Wrong team favored. Yeah.
I've been asking for 2 years, dude.
First half wrong team favored.
Shout out to Weehawk, by the way, who was at the Harrah's in Cherokee, North Carolina casino there. My worst outcome of the weekend, lost an SGP hoodie and TCE hat at the sportsbook in Cherokee. What are the odds my lost and found report turns out as found? Those things are hot. All right, I'll tell you that right now. You were probably pinpointed from the start. All right, you're like, if he takes that sweatshirt off, that shit's being stolen. All right, same for the Mac to School t-shirts. But Weehawk, man, hit me up. We can send you some more. All right, hit me up on Twitter as you usually do, and we can arrange. We can fix that. We can correct that, brother.
Clark, so goaltending has to be called on the floor, and then they can go review it. They can't go review a goaltending if they don't call it. It's the dumbest phrasing ever.
How about just call the goaltend when it's a fucking obvious goaltend? They should hit the backboard and the Duke guy blocks. It's like, come on, man, that's a goaltend.
There was another one today. I think it was in the Kansas St. John's game. Like it was a foul, but somebody fucking spiked it after it was clearly off the board.
You're right. I feel like we should touch base.
Well,
we didn't really talk about Purdue, by the way. I feel like we should kind of give Purdue some credit.
Sorry.
Well, I know you hate Purdue and you hate Painter. You screamed at my ear a couple years ago in Vegas.
We were mentioned in Miami with ACC, so I think that spiked it. Like that was the idea of going through the conferences. I had.
Great. Look, Miami, I thought was taking it to him early on. So great job by Painter and them settling down, making adjustments, and figuring out how to get that win.
Well, making adjustments or just making shots?
That's an adjustment. It was an adjustment for them. Early on, they were not making those shots.
They made some good defensive adjustments because Miami only had like 12 points in the first like 15 minutes of the second half. Like I thought they really bottled it up and made Miami try and make some shots, and Miami didn't.
Yeah, to Clark's point, you review all this other shit, but you can't review that. It just doesn't make sense.
I hate all this replay foo-foo shit.
Yeah, if you're going to replay it, then you might as well. What's one more? All right, we're already. I mean, what game was it the other day? UCF, UCLA. I know this because I was waiting on food, right? I was like, I'm going to grab food after this. And it was just like, oh.
That's terrible.
Here's 2 hours of the final 3 minutes of the game.
Awful.
Shout out
Didn't
to
you
Purdue.
Have VEASAN right before too? Right before,
yeah,
or right after that.
Yeah, it was like
3 times a day.
Yeah, this guy.
Program.
They should give you that room for free tonight, right?
I earned my paycheck.
We should Michigan, St. Louis. I mean, credit to St. Louis. I thought for the first like 30 minutes, really, like I thought, whoa, is this going to be a game? But in similar vein to maybe. I guess not that similar to Purdue, but Michigan ended up flushing the toilet on that fat blob of mayo for the final time.
We went. So we must not have gone down the Big Ten list of teams because we never talked about Nebraska Vanderbilt, dude.
That's the one I was waiting for because that game was fucking awesome.
Oh my god, dude, I cannot believe it took us an hour and 25 to talk about one of the best games of the tournament.
I was going straight down. I just thought like since I had that one pinpointed in my head like as of 20 minutes ago. It was like we got to talk that game. Honestly, the rest of the games. I mean, we could talk Texas Gonzaga, I guess, but I'm saying like that one. You can make an argument that was the best game of the tournament. I don't know that I agree because some of the other ones, but it was right there. And the fact that shot.
I'm looking at the list.
God.
I'm looking at the list of Sweet 16 teams right now. I think Vanderbilt would have beaten everybody but 4 teams in the round of 32. They were playing a true fucking road game.
Dude, that place was lit.
Oh my god, it was on fire.
But once again, I can't help but think of the convenience of it being Vanderbilt. Am I crazy?
Oh no, in that aspect, no, you're not because they don't have like the historical precedent, but I also will throw that narrative maybe to the side a little bit. Did you see how stacked the East region was with Blue Bloods?
True. Very true. Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That game was
I don't
awesome,
know what they're doing.
Yeah. That game was absolutely awesome. I didn't want either team to lose. You know, I was in a way like I had bet Vanderbilt and lost money on it, but I was just like that game just it was a win-win scenario in my opinion because either way, I mean, I obviously was rooting for Vanderbilt, but either one's a great story for the sport. And either one, like where I would push back to some of the people saying, well, it's like, well, this is great to see this within the sport, you know, like whereas like people will say like, well, the NIL changed it, made it worse. Not for Vanderbilt football and basketball, right? Football and basketball, all of a sudden Vanderbilt's a player now. Right? Nebraska basketball has never won a fucking NCAA tournament game. I can't help but think there might be something to do with the current state of the athletics, the college athletics being able to pay players, that maybe that had an impact.
That was tabled for my broad topic, like after we talk about games. But yes, like we keep kind of hinting at it, and I can't wait. But I think you're right. Both of these teams really having success here. Like basketball's a cheaper sport, guys. It is a cheaper sport to be good.
Well, and football, they're just pissing money too. Like it's pissing it away.
Sure,
right?
But I mean, Vandy is getting better on the gridiron too. Nebraska's not, but
yeah.
Like,
well, Vandy's
basketball's cheaper to be good.
Their athletic director is a former. I think she played basketball. She's got her shit together, man. She's a good athletic director, in my opinion. Yeah. Forget her name right now, but she's got her shit together. She's done a good job. That game was phenomenal. I don't know that either team deserved to lose. Yeah, I don't know that either team deserved to lose. I thought Vanderbilt was going to escape there, but like that was being in a true road game. You can't help but think if you play that shit in, I don't know, if you play that shit in, Miami or Fort Lauderdale or some
Tampa,
shit, they
where
probably
the
win that game.
games
Yeah. Great game, great season for Vanderbilt. It sucks because now I did have Vanderbilt beating Florida in my bracket, which I guess helped a little bit, even though my bracket's completely shit anyway. I still like to win games. This sets up for the greatest matchup. Nebraska against Iowa.
Big Ten West.
The border battle.
Hilarious.
This is great. I'm very excited for that matchup. Any other thoughts on Hoiberg and Nebraska and just what an unbelievable job he's done? Really, Byington at Vanderbilt too. But I mean, how far can they go?
Very far.
I think they could too. I was looking at the bracket earlier.
Yeah.
The
Four?
only hurdle there is Houston in that region.
Yeah. Houston and Illinois will be a war.
Beating Illinois in State Farm.
Like, what if Illinois was to like knock off Houston? I think that one's interesting.
I don't know. I have to see it to believe it. But I think Nebraska's. I mean, shit, Iowa. You can now give Ben McCollum 4 days to prep for Nebraska. Like,
can you imagine if Hoiberg gets fucking Nebraska to a Final Four?
Oh my god, dude! One of these teams are getting to the Elite Eight.
That's why I push back on this shit. They're like, you haven't had it. Like, I consider the Pussy Pack under Kevin Keats when they went to the Final Four. What, 2 years ago? Right? Yeah. To me, they were a Cinderella.
No, that was one of the things I also had tabled. Texas is not a Cinderella this year.
Well, that one's a little different because of the players being out. NC State needed to win the ACC tournament to get in.
Yeah, NC State sucked that year.
They banked in a 3.
To win a play-in to get in too. Like,
yeah, okay. NC State was like, what,
they had to bank in a fucking 3 with a second left in the ACC first round against Virginia. Yeah.
Weren't they?
That is a fucking definition of a Cinderella to me. It doesn't have to be just like Wichita State or some shit, or like it can be any anybody, I guess, depending on how bad the season is. But anyway, what were we gonna say?
Weren't they like they were like the 10 seed that year in the ACC.
They were in the play-in game, dude. And they had no business winning that game too. So
they were in the playing game for the playing game.
Yeah. I think this is a great episode because we're just bouncing around talking ball. And this is always the best part of the picks episodes anyways.
I was thinking about this question right here. Coach Casey said, is Hoiberg the most successful former NBA player who's coached in a while?
He's up there.
No, I took a shot recently I had like a bunch of basketball cards and I took a photo of like 15 coaches that all failed at the basketball, like the head coaching level. But I was flying the other day to LA. For some reason, I was thinking about this in my head. Tony Bennett.
Yeah. That's
a former NBA player.
God, he was a player.
Yeah, he played for, I think, a decent amount like 4 or 5 years in the NBA. Wasn't like a 1 year thing. I think he got like 4 or 5 years in the NBA. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, but so is Bronny James. Like when you're a son, you can nepo into the league. I don't know how good Tony was good or how good.
Tony he played 4 years. But he got some. He was a backup point guard. I guess he played 4 years in the NBA. The best year he had, he averaged almost 5 points a game. But I'm saying, what did Hoiberg do? he was a reserve. He averaged probably a little bit more than that.
Can I be the Debbie Downer though? Hoiberg now a good coach?
Yeah,
I'm picking Iowa in that game.
I think Fred Hoiberg's done a great job. I've never thought he's a bad coach.
He's done a great job the last 3 years. The first 3 years were really bad, and they were calling for his head. But he's gotten better.
But that was before the portal. That was before the portal.
Yeah.
And he was good at Iowa State. So I'll give him that.
Great. He was great at Iowa State.
Yes.
Like they were in the top 4 of the Big 12 gauntlet every year, and then he would go to the Sweet 16 a bunch.
And Ken in the chat, Rod Strickland was on my original post, so that was who I said had done a great job. So that's the reason why I didn't bring him up again right now. Is I thought he
also didn't bring him up because I got blown out by 31.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the Randy Bennett to Arizona? I see what you did there.
Yeah,
Fins up.
I heard that like a month before the season was over.
Talk about culture shock. I picture like
That's
Randy
not
Bennett's like clean
yet, though,
program.
right?
Yeah, I don't think that's official. It's like being at the land of fake tits.
Was he,
yeah.
A fan or a player there? Like he's got some type of connection there.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't
Grew
dive
up
into
there,
that.
Fan, player, something.
Okay.
What I was told was he's kind of viewed that as a dream job of his.
We will definitely keep an eye out for that one, but we
So
got to talk
before
High
we-
Point, Arkansas.
Oh, I know where that's a good game. Before we move on from Vandy, Nebraska, Tyler Tanner gone. Do we think he's getting drafted?
Probably, yeah, he should be.
So I saw something about him because I think it's true. The post that I saw, he doesn't have an NBA body. Like, is he going to survive? Like, this kid probably could use another year in college, make a couple million, put on some pounds in the weight room, come back to college.
Yeah, but he's gone.
His stock ain't gonna get
Yeah.
out. He's a bucket. Like,
Look, I'm with you, Bieniek. I think
he gone though.
but I also think the chances of that happening unlikely.
These guys are different mindsets than us three. We all hate the NBA.
True.
These guys
They dream of it.
They I know the money is good in college, but the dream of playing in the association is still a thing for these guys.
Good point.
Even though that league sucks.
I think we can leave out on this one, right?
Speaking of the association, how about
High
Terry
Point?
Acuff?
Oh my God, man!
Gone.
How did that 3 ball?
Well, the Tyler Tanner one too was halfway down. That picture was great.
Yeah, that picture was great. But I'm saying Acuff, man, I just knew that was going in. I just knew that was going in.
I had the camera up in the Detroit Sportsbook because I knew he was making the play.
I just knew. I was like, you got to get on him better than that. And I just knew. I was like, fuck. Shout out to Arkansas. Acuff went for, what was it, 38, 36, something like that.
High Point did kind of what we expected them to do. Like they were going to.
They look good though, man. High Point. I mean, we took Arkansas. We ate shit on this play. High Point was super impressive. Yeah.
I said on the show, the over is a fucking lock. It was like 168.5 or something. I said it might get to 200. And I was like, you know what? Maybe 200 is a little high, but they're touching 190. And they both teams up and down, entertaining game, couldn't stop anybody, but they were scoring, man. And yeah, the Detroit Sportsbook was the place to be for the Acuff shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't really feel like we need to dive. I mean, do you want to say anything? Texas, Gonzaga. I thought.
Rob Martin for High Point.
Yeah.
Dude, Schertz didn't play him a single minute as a freshman at Indiana State.
How the fuck is that possible?
A minute a game. He couldn't get a minute a game.
How's that possible?
What?
Yeah.
I believe Isaiah Swope was there, which he was a baller. But to the point where Rob Martin said, I have to transfer down from the Valley to the OVC.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was good all year. We were on that with High Point. They had high major talent too with Cameron Fletcher, who had a game.
I mean, High Point they went like toe for toe with boards with Arkansas. That I didn't. Yeah. I was a little shocked at that.
Cam or Mac, anything on Cameron Fletcher or that High Point Arkansas game there?
I think it's just a great showing from High Point this tournament. Because I didn't think they didn't get dominated by Purdue. Purdue ended up covering last year against them, but they blew it open late. This year, to come off that, come back, new coach, Klayman, did a great job taking over for Huss. So we know they have money. I think their NIL is like 3 or 4 million.
I think that you're probably going to get even more now after their performance. Like that's the best part about this.
They could be like the most Liberty now. Like they just keep building.
They were the most successful university in this year's March Madness, without a doubt. Positive PR all the way around. 1, because they were playing so well, and 2, because they paid to send out like 2,000 students.
And their announce. I mean, the fucking announcers.
Yeah, positive PR all over the place. Like I hate mentioning it because I thought it was an ass clip, but the Dan Lebitard show or whatever, like one of his producers. If you're going to talk college basketball and pronounce it nil, I don't value your opinion at all if you pronounce NIL nil 3 times. But he was like, yeah, my daughter wants to go to High Point now after watching the games. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people because, you know, the announcers, the broadcast, they're telling the story of the university and whatnot. And that's creative and it's unique. There's not many that do that with the restaurants on campus so you can work and get to know a business setting or, you know, whatever. All those examples, the ice cream or whatever, like, you know, they won this year's March Madness without a doubt.
And start your football program. At Pigpen, Pigpen1 says High Point would beat half the SEC teams. Not gonna lie, and he's a Razorback fan there, giving you his honest take. That's rare to get out of an SEC fan. Daniel Katie says, how seriously should we take Gonzaga in the WCC? Where they're leaving, this is their final year in the WCC. But I also thought the Zags didn't have Huff. I don't even think that should be. I thought Texas was going to beat them outright, just because I thought their Texas's starting 5 was better than Gonzaga starting 5. Santa Clara got robbed, and St. Mary's I don't have an excuse for it. I know the flu. I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, that's the excuse
still
for me.
I mean, you can't score 50 fucking points, dude.
They weren't healthy.
I get it.
At least playing through it, unlike some pussies that do shoot around and then sit on the bench.
Santa Clara got absolutely fucking robbed. Sendak calls timeout. They start the clock a second late. 2 different instances here where they got fucking robbed. Yeah. So I don't think it's as bad as we want to push that narrative to be.
Moneyline Mac, are you ignoring Obviously Baked?
Did he hit me up? What's he talking about?
He tipped $50.
Obviously Baked giving us $50. Moneyline Mac ignores me again. What do you mean in the chat? Like right now, or what do you mean? Did he? I feel bad sometimes, man, because like. It's chat's
rolling, man. There's 355 people at 2:50 a.m.
Part of what makes this so hard sometimes, and I feel like a dick. Sometimes you can accidentally feel like a dick. Is like you have to remember their names first off, then their actual screen name.
Then
so that it's really like I've messaged people who I thought I met that person, and it was not that screen name. Right. So then I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, who the fuck did I meet? Right. And I feel bad because a couple people came out to Circa who I thought met up with me, and they did not. They were at the overhang bar and missed us. And I sincerely apologize. But you know, it's challenging enough just knowing your names. But then when it's Coke Booger Sex 409, you know what I mean? I'm like, shout out to Obvious Bait giving us.
Josh, I was messaging you. I wasn't as active on my Instagram Messenger this weekend.
Yeah,
I was preoccupied a little bit.
Well, that's another thing is Vegas can happen.
Yeah,
like I feel like the first night I was really sharp with responding to people in the DMs. By the third day, I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even bring my phone out some of the times. I'm just like, that shit is just staying on the phone charger. Right?
I got defeated by Vegas. I caught some heat in the first off to add to your point real quick. I feel guilty too because there's like multiple people in the YouTube chat saying like, yeah, I was out there, didn't get to quite run into you guys this year. Like that obviously sucks. I wished we could have because like. We chose Wednesday night because it was the best available time we could get that spot.
That's normally when we throw the party. The year before it was at Circus Swim. We threw a party. It was Wednesday night.
If you do Thursday or Friday, it's like triple the amount for the place, and it's not as easy for Derek Stevens to be like, okay, let's let these guys have the spot, right? So,
well, also, I mean, we normally are at the Westgate there. You want to be watching the games as well, but we invite everyone to the Westgate Theater. We try to get everybody in there. I don't think we've ever had any real problems with that, but the hard part is responding after you've been awake, like 44 of 48 hours, and you smell like fucking, goddamn Vin Baker. You know what I mean? Like it's tough at that point. So apologize if I miss people there, but we do it again. I'll be out there in July. I'll be out there in August. Week 0. Come on out. So I mean, this ain't going away, and we go to how many games? I mean, Mac will probably be at the goddamn. He's planning on going to the Final Four. He'll be at the WVU baseball game probably next week if he makes it back from Vegas. If not,
I'm gonna try to be at the women's game tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're playing the round of 32. Shout out to my Mountaineer women. They're playing good ball.
yeah,
did you cashed on that ticket? I saw that.
I
saw that when I was on the airport. There we go.
Shout out to my guy. They got a good staff, good people. They represent the school and they represent the town the right way. I'm all in on the Mountaineer women. Let's go.
Yeah, Colby, you mentioned getting defeated by Vegas, and then so I took some heat in the YouTube chat or whatever for a comment or whatever I said. The hotel ate my security deposit and my booking fee when the room was prepaid by not me.
I am very aware of this because I was on the other side of this when your phone you called Kramer.
Yeah,
Kramer was super pissed because he had purposely gone out of the way to do this, to set you up, to explain to somebody over there that we need to be paying for all of this. And so I saw the other side of that where he was very irritated at not you, but yeah.
So obviously Colby has knowledge of it, which I didn't even know. And then Mac was with me when it happened, like very shortly after. So he knew the story, but I started that thing on such a negative note and it just parlayed. And then I was like, I got to sleep. I'm just like,
Noah started it in a foxhole spot.
Yeah, very much so. So I slept through 10 minutes of the first half of the Miami game. So I apologize to anybody that I did not meet at that welcome party
but it was fantastic. That was our biggest outcome we've ever had. Yeah, Mark, I got to hit a High Point game next season too, man. Hit me up. Let's go.
Yeah, that place looks beautiful, dude.
Can't wait for week 0, man.
Week 0 is going to be fire. I'm already actually concocting a plan, Mac. We got to talk about. I got a crazy idea. Man. Cal Poly plays in San Luis Obispo Friday night.
Let's go.
I say we go to Cal Poly Friday night, rent a car, drive to Vegas to be there Saturday morning.
So is that for sure? Like the football weekend is week 0?
Yeah, I mean we're.
Kramer said it wasn't cemented, but
well, they haven't announced the exact days yet, but highly probable.
Because I turned that down last year because I'm a commissioner of my home league in fantasy football. We do a draft week in person.
Look at it. And you turned down Vegas with us, you pile of shit. Right?
My boys, I can't. I'm in a terrible spot because it's my place that I have everybody over on the lake, and we fucking have a heater. But yeah, so I got to figure shit out.
That's my birthday week again.
Oh, that's right. Good gosh. Watch out, Circa.
How old am I turning? I don't even know. I think I'm 23 next year.
Clark, you're back in Carolina? Let me know, man. If so, I mean, I don't know if you're any interested in any college baseball games, but I'm going to hit some baseball games coming up.
So, Colby, I have topics, and I'm sure you have some more stuff to talk about. We need to hit the second ad.
Yeah, good point. Good job there. Right? That was a foxhole spot look, folks, what I tell you, the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your official. Yeah, very proud program over at Rhythm. Look, it's your official data tool for dominating the madness of college hoops. A Rhythm generated bracket went 34-0 in the first 2 rounds. You believe that shit? Dominance. Rhythm continues to crush it in college hoops. What are you waiting for, people? Looking to go premium? Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. That's RITHMM. Promo code SGPN25. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you know you're getting the best prices. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5. If you use our promo code SGPN, get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. And last but not least, it's March Madness. It is also Merch Madness over here at SGPN. 15% off everything in the merch store with the promo code March. We've been doing a contest. We're trying to get to, and I'll check back on this tomorrow. I believe we're in the 70s with George Mason Start Your Football Program t-shirts. George Mason Start Your Football Program t-shirts, folks, available. So jump over to, we're trying to sell 7 of these things by April 5th. So we got about 13 days to get 70 off the shelf. So I'm looking at you, chat. 15% off all orders with the promo code March. Jump on over there. Just type in Start Your Football Program or Fairfax, Virginia. Get yourself a fire t-shirt. And George Mason, if you're listening to this, start your fucking football program. All right, we are back. We talked all the games, I feel like, right? I mean, the other ones are horseshit, right? They're like, we knew
there's a couple of blowouts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. Credit to you, Michigan. Credit to you, Sparty. We cashed on Sparty. I guess it was a little closer because the back door there, but I'm saying Houston destroyed A&M. That was my #1 play of our picks, our survivor. Anyway, anything else you want to hit on? Because there's a couple of things I think, but this thing's almost over.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Oh, I had a couple more. So a lot of people talking about the Cinderella being dead. I did want to mention that to their point on the Cinderella, the pure one, the one that is like a 14, 15 seed that comes from a no money, small fucking school. Sure. Like the teams that were competing from the mid majors, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but it was the High Point, huge NIL. It was St. Louis, huge NIL. It was Howard, who spends the most in their league.
VCU.
It was Siena, who spends the most in their league. It was VCU, who's got a shitload of money. I'm trying to find this tweet.
But does Wright State spend the most in their league?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, Wright State, basketball, football, or I mean not football, basketball, baseball spends the most by far in the horizon.
Well, isn't that always been the case, even pre-NIL though?
Yeah, and like the programs that are traditionally better, the Daytons, the VCUs, the St. Louis's, like they're more likely because of their pedigree. They're proud programs like that. Like they have
You're right. You're right though. Like I remember this. This is how I know this is. I remember George Mason under Larinaga. I think that VCU spent a little bit more, but I believe when I was covering that, just because I loved that story, I believe like they put more money into their program than every other team in the CAA at the time. So it's like looking at that example, VCU won the regular season. Mason beat him Mason won the regular season. VCU beat him in the tournament. And it was like, so my argument is like, hasn't that always been happening?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. How about High Point though? High Point's a new one.
What, spending the money you're saying? But they weren't spending that money like 5 years ago, right?
They're not like the proud program. They just made their first NCAA tournament.
But what I'm saying is they started spending that money, and now you're seeing it pay off. And watch out moving forward. Watch out moving forward.
Like I think so. Here's what I wanted to do with this topic. Obviously, it's money. What else do you want to see from like these schools? So where I was going with this, I don't think it's just money. I think it's coaching too. Memphis has money. Memphis sucks.
Obviously. No,
like,
you're right. You're
So-
right. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of schools that
You got to have administration on.
yeah, you got to have. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought Calipari hit the nail on the head. You know,
What did he say?
Calipari's post game thing saying you got to have the administration aligned before it gets to the coach, then the coach, and then you'll see the result. But he said most of these colleges don't have all that intact. Like they don't have everyone going in the same direction. So yeah, I think that is certainly accurate. I mean, what about this? Miami, Ohio they weren't top. They're going to be top, I think, in the MAC. But I would assume Toledo spends more than them.
I would assume maybe
Akron.
Toledo, UMass, Akron.
Yeah.
Western's going to be close. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to that, but
Miami moving forward's got to be number one, from what I understand.
yeah. Western's they're building. They struck ground in January on what will be a $500 million arena. Their hockey team won the national championship last
no more
year.
Waldos right next to it.
No.
That's
Their
brutal.
hockey team won the national championship last year, and they had a huge investor see the momentum of the program before even the Natty happened, and they gave the hockey coach like a $5 million contract or something like that. He's the highest paid coach at a no history school, and then they fired Stevens and hired Khalil Fennell, who I actually think that's a solid hire. But it came out of
surprised he took that
field.
gig. I was surprised he took the gig when I saw that.
That's why. That is why.
Well, this is like, to me, I like, a lot of people bitch at this. I see, I'll agree with the transfer, the massive amounts of transfers, right? Like multiple schools in like 4 years. I'm talking more than 2.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, right? But I actually think this in a way was kind of needed. I think this was needed for these schools to wake up. Like basketball and football have been paying all their goddamn other sports, building their goddamn libraries for years, decades. So I kind of like the fact that like this is important, where they have to ante up and say, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because it's clearly been, even at your small schools, like Western Michigan, I guarantee you hockey and football was paying, and maybe a little bit of basketball was paying for all those other athletic departments. So anyway.
I'm telling you, there's like multiple steps. So coaching, obviously, administration, good answer. How about play style? So Kevin Sweeney tweeted this out, and he works with Sports Illustrated. 9 top 4 seeds are top 15 nationally in 2-point defense. 6 of the top 10 in offensive rebounding percentage are 3 seeds or better. Different styles in some cases, but those 2 factors have been the recipe to being elite in college basketball. For the Cinderellas, for a lot of the Vegas voice, kicking in, boys. For a lot of the good mid-majors, most of them are smalled, skilled, and shoot tons of threes. I think that matches for the most part. High Point may be the exception because they had high major bigs. But you look at sorry.
Well, Wilmington had high major bigs.
Did they?
And they're another one like Memphis that shit the bed. They spent a lot of money. I mean, I guess there's,
Did their bigs come from like transfer down?
I thought they did, right? I'm fairly certain they did, right?
I don't know. I didn't.
Or maybe
know
they
that.
just paid to keep them from going to.
Maybe that might have been
Yeah.
what it was. But
But
So you said 2-point defense and rebounding, correct?
no, you're right. Wessler was Virginia Tech. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, 2-point defense and offensive rebounding was 6 of the top 10. 6 of the top 10 were 3 seeds, and with 2-point defense, it was 9 of the top 4 seeds, top 15 in 2-point defense.
that is fascinating. I'm intrigued to see,
Because
I'm-
the movement of being big at the high major level, it makes sense. That is the toughest part to match is size. Nobody's born being 6'8" and physical 250 monster. That's the toughest thing for a mid-major to match. What a mid-major can do
sure.
is shoot a high volume of threes, get hot, have a Dominic Daniels that drops 30. Those guys are more attainable, I would say. Right, Mac?
Yeah, I feel like it's always been this way, though. If you protect the rim and you win the battle on the glass, you're going to win a lot more than you lose ball games. And like we went through a phase where everybody thought they were Steph fucking Curry, and everybody thought they were the Golden State Warriors, and everybody wanted to play small ball, spread you out, and shoot a bunch of threes. But the pendulum has swung back, where you can play with two bigs and physically just punk teams. So it checks out. Obviously, you can still play like the Warriors. It's just it goes through phases. Back in the day, they used to play super fast, and there was an era where the bad boy Pistons, where they junk it up and drag you in the mud. So I, feel like
I also think like right now, like with the Euro influx, you just have so much change at once.
Yeah.
It's hard to really pigeonhole. As this evolves, I think more teams will get skilled at it's just so much change at once. I think mid-majors will come back around on this stuff, but and I think it's always been there. I mean, Daniel, you're saying it's just a professional league now. I would just argue that the money is being allocated directly to the players. Like I said, VCU and George Mason were spending more than every other team in the CAA back then, 20 years ago. So they still are. But they're in now they're in the Atlantic 10, but I'm saying the players are getting the direct payment. How is it that much different, really, when you think about it? Maybe the portal I would agree with you with, but is it that much different, Mac? You were in the coaching world. Like, is it that much fucking different?
What was the exact question again?
He's saying that, like the game it's a professional league now, but my argument would be, and that's fair, the players are getting paid, but I'm saying my argument is like the VCU and George Mason were still paying their athletic departments.
Yeah.
Were spending more money 20 years ago than the rest of the Colonial Athletic Conference. So that hasn't changed. Now just the money is going to the players.
Yeah, I mean, like when we played Kansas, Joel Embiid and Andrew Wiggins didn't go to Kansas for free. I can tell you that. They got a big fat bag of cash.
That's good coaching, Mac.
And if anything, I think it's now I'm intrigued to see this, but like a school like High Point, has the potential financially to go get
no doubt
guys. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and we've seen this trend too. So South Florida was a team that I didn't mention, but have spent a lot of money on the roster. South Florida tried to keep Hodgson. They unfortunately were not able to. St. Louis tried to and is fending off Syracuse.
They were successful
at the current moment,
right?
On shirts. So you're seeing these mid-majors now become, I would say, valued destinations.
And I would say watch out next year with the WCC schools. I think are all of a sudden going to be a lot better because of the amount of money they can allocate to basketball and basketball only.
Yeah, because they won't see a Gonzaga monster and say, oh, this is a waste of cash.
If anything, that's why Bennett shouldn't leave St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Gonzaga's not there, and now they are going to be able to throw all their money directly through rev sharing.
It would be really poor timing of him to jump, and then his predecessor's like, oh, here we go. Conference championship, 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. Oh, this guy's doing such a great job. Like, how about that with Ben McCollum, by the way, with Iowa and Fran. So Fran was there 15 years, no Sweet 16, and McCollum with 1 Sweet 16 in 1 year. Like, that's what it would look like.
Well, there's so much I want to attack there. Like Hodgson leaving for Providence, that's probably why. Is because South Florida still football 1. Providence has no football.
Fair.
They're getting that gigantic bag of cash this upcoming year. The other side of that was McCollum. I do wonder about his assistants. I think watching that style of play, beating Florida today, watching Iowa play basketball is like watching a triple option team in football.
North Carolina going to call up McCollum right now?
They should. I mean, but my point is I wonder if more mid-majors try to copy that style. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be, or
that's where I wanted to go. Broad topic.
Watching that success he had at Drake last year and watching the success he's having right now, I'm wondering the long-term ramifications of teams saying we should be milking the clock like that, be strong defensively. They don't even have athletes. Yeah. Like there's like zero athletic. If you had to like power rank athleticism, I would be pretty fucking far down the fucking list.
They're all saying physical. You dude, no. Like you're like
They're
already
trying to
outside the
avoid
top
that.
10 of the
Yeah,
Big Ten.
everyone's sensitive these days. But yeah,
But I agree with you. I'll add in like they're a good shooting team. You need shooting. Like play slow, play fast. You need shooting. Yeah, like that makes a shit ton of sense.
shout out to Gozar in the chat. He goes, "I graduated from a middle of the pack WCC school. Players were paid." Yeah.
So I guess the next thing that I was going to mention here, again, broad topic. Let me run with this a little bit. The money in the NIL isn't necessarily helping the top of the sport, guys. Like, look at your blue bloods
this is kind of what I thought would happen though. Like in football, the same shit. Football, the same
I just
shit.
wanted to paint this picture for listeners and whatever. Like, look at your top of the sport, and I'm saying blue bloods, not high majors. Kentucky, internal chaos with what happened with Calipari, what's happening right now with Pope. Like, early bounced 3 times in the NCAA tournament, back 3 straight years. North Carolina, internal chaos. Indiana, internal chaos. Was it Woodson? Is it DeVries? What is going on there? UCLA, like they haven't been a top 4 seed the last 3 or 4 years.
Mick said he needs $5 million more each year.
Did he say that
today in the presser? Yeah,
no.
I love him. He's great. He's great. He's the best.
Kansas with Self. We've already mentioned this. Like early bounce since the Natty every single year. I don't think they've made a Sweet 16. How about Louisville? Like historically good, bounced early before the Sweet 16 2 years in a row with Kelsey and who was the guy before? Sucked. Like 8 total wins with money. Like you can't say it's not money.
Kenny Payne.
Yeah. Syracuse, they're getting outbid for shirts and Hodgson by St. Louis and Providence. What the fuck? I mean, I don't know if I should throw any more of these other teams that maybe are in historical
the mid-major
power.
argument.
Cincinnati, like they can their coach. They were good in like the 1900s or whatever. Like the historical program.
The mid-major argument is more appealing because we don't really know. This one I think was very evident. It's like Indiana winning it in football. Like to me, or not even Indiana, just Vanderbilt being good in football. Like the rest of the power schools, are getting so much closer to the to the top. To me,
look at your schools in the Sweet 16. This is where I was going next. So like Iowa spending money actively on the basketball program. Nebraska spending money everywhere. They have money to burn. St. John's spending money on the basketball program specifically. Alabama has increased spending tenfold in basketball. Iowa State spending money big time on basketball. Illinois spending money big time on basketball. Houston,
a lot of these administrations
they're
were
committed to paying.
They were phoning it in. College sports is really late to change in everything. And they were some of these ones were just phoning in the numbers, not realizing that Rome was burning. Well, when the Big Ten basically killed the Pac-12 and Stanford and Cal ended up in the ACC, that was an alert that Rome was fucking burning. And I think everyone's got the picture now. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Now, I think it is a bad thing to have Stanford and Cal in the ACC. It is a bad thing to have the Pac-12 blown up. But I do think some of these athletic departments were just using it as like, hey, football and basketball is making the money. Who cares? This will funnel down. We're not going all in football, basketball. Now you have to, especially if you want that to trickle down to your other sports. I think that pressure could be a good thing. Now, obviously, the realignment thing sucks, but yeah, I think, and shout out to Clark. I mean, we got a lot of stuff here. We got Clark said players were paid to play basketball at Marshall in the 90s when he was at Marshall. He knew some personally. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's not. Everyone thinks this was the most purest fucking thing. It's the purest version of basketball, the best to me on the face of the planet. But I also know that this. Let's not spit at our ass and tell me it's raining here. Let's go.
Michigan has significantly leaned in. Like the building's now full because the team is
everybody.
good.
Yeah,
They
everybody
sucked. That's the reason why. Like my aunt playing basketball at Florida. Sure, that's what got me in the door with Florida. Michigan being non-existent in basketball for a decade and a half was why I was a big Florida basketball fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to our
Charles or our Chales.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was about. That's what I was noticing was no R. Giving us $2. Props to Noah nailing the Iowa win. Crazy game.
He sent another one too. This one.
Amazing game. And he also giving us $5. This is hard to read.
New here and I love it. Learning and I listened to the previous episode at 10x speed at work. Exited the contracts on points for Florida, 90%. I assume that was the first game, and then Texas Tech, but made it back on may have cut off. So points. So.
Yeah. Once again, Sonny, I think he wasn't doing that. We talked about that at the beginning of the episode, so go visit that. But certainly up for debate. Guys, let's call it a night though. We got scheduled shows for 7 days here. We could space some of this stuff out. We are grateful for everyone. We still all have Vegas voice. So
TC schedule for those that are curious. Monday, it's like the off-season topic. We don't like talking about it while we have games. Like games come first and foremost, but we know that the coaching stuff is interesting and the portal can be too. I'm not promising any portal.
The portal doesn't open yet though.
Yeah, but like the guys that are
that shit. That was ridiculous. Like.
So, but the coaching carousel, we'll talk about that, and I titled it like other news. Tuesday, Frozen 4 NCAA hockey tournament. That field was just announced. Tournament today. Tuesday night will be Thursday NCAA tournament picks, and we're gonna do DFS and player props projections for underdog on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we're going to do Friday picks, props, DFS picks Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, we have the games, and also there's a baseball show. Friday, we are doing the recap of the Sweet 16 and picking the games, and then we'll see you on Sunday night.
Yes. We also have sports gambling podcast shows happening at the same time too, or not the same time, but same days. So, shout out to everyone that came out and visited. Shout out to everyone all year for rocking with us. We are forever grateful. And, we're still just, if you think we ever go away after the season, obviously we have 2 more weeks of the regular season, but, we go all year long. We talk college baseball. We talk, college football preview season right around the corner as well. Got to dive into schedules and everything and preview every single team, win total, over, under, like we do each and every year. So,
Mac, before we get out of here, I need you to set the line, 1 for me and Colby, but 2 for the fans. I need 2-sided bet. Mac is in Vegas Monday night for the show, or Mac is in Morgantown Monday night for the show.
I'll be
in the odds
tomorrow. I'll be in Morgantown tomorrow.
Okay.
No, the Goat Girls miss me.
So you're saying minus 1,000?
They miss my tip. I'm trying to figure out which tip they're talking about.
You're looking live at Moneyline Mac.
Mac is saying my proud program's missing your foxhole, honey.
Yeah,
they're in a foxhole spot because he hasn't walked through the doors in a while.
They're fucking hurt.
Mountain Mama's proud program.
They need the tip. Yeah. They need the tip. Whether it's in the wallet or maybe something else. You never know.
Paul's Tacos, proud program.
Yeah, that's good. Bieniek is on Twitter at NoahB77_. Give him a follow. Moneyline Mac on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. College Basketball Experience on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Check out the College Football Experience, the FCS College Football Experience, the College Baseball Experience, and we don't forget the College Hockey Experience with the Frozen 4 talk on Wednesday night there. Tuesday, I'm sorry. Till next time, folks. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. We are very, very grateful. Till next time. This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.